Hello students, today I have history lecture and today we'll be doing the last lesson in history, lesson number 10, and the name of the lesson is Changing Life 2. In this chapter, we shall look at the changes that have taken place in the field of language, sports, theatre, films, newspapers and television. So all these things we are going to discuss in today's chapter. Now, language Hindi, Assamese, Bengali, Gujarati, Kannada, Kashmiri, Malayalam, Marathi, Odia, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Tamil, Telugu, Urdu, Konkani, Manipuri, Nepali, and Sindhi are the official languages in India. So, all these languages are considered as a official languages in India, means recognized language in India. These Indian languages also have dialects, but their number is now on the decline. So, beside this, they have got sub languages which are in decline, means we are not using those sub languages anymore. Timely steps should be taken to nurture them. Nurture them means to preserve our language. Otherwise, we will lose an important part of our heritage. Nevertheless, Hindi, which has reached everywhere through the medium of Hindi movies, has served to unite the country by language. Today most of the movies are Hindi based movies, and it has been considered that because of medium of Hindi movies has served to unite the country by language. The English language has never been gaining ground in India due to process of globalization which began after 1919. So after 1990, English language is gaining ground, gaining importance. English is becoming the language of livelihood as it opens the door to multiple job opportunities. So, why multiple job opportunities? Because wherever you go for interview or somewhere, most of the interviews have been conducted in English language. Moreover, Indians are at the forefront in learning English. However, it is necessary to ensure that this process does not endanger the very existence of regional language. Means if we use more of English language, but at the same time, we should also take care of all these languages to which group we belong. Now, sports, which is a very interesting topic, sports. During the pre-independence period, pre means what? Before independence, only a few selected games were known to people in January. So, in the starting, before independence, only we were aware about few games. Some sportsmen, some sportsmen changed this situation. This enhanced the status of both the sports and the sports person. Okay, so after that, the importance were given. We came to know about the various sports and a person who related to this sports. For example, Geet Sethi achieved global excellence in snooker. Snooker is one type of game in sports. In variation of billiards, and even this is one kind of sport. He won national championship for billiards for teenagers at the age of 15. So we were not aware about this game, snooker or billiards, but now we know which game is snooker and billiards. Later, he went on to win national and international championship at the global level. Global level means he played internationally also. He won the amateur billars competition twice and the professional one 5 times. His success made the game popular and newspapers began to report news about billiards. Thus, he made a new field available to rising sportspersons in India. So, from that time, we started giving importance to the sports known as billiards. It was in 1983 that the Indian team won the World Cup for cricket under the captainship of Kapil Dev. So in 1983, we won a World Cup, and who was the captain? Kapil Dev. It was a historic victory. Cricket instantly won great popularity across the country. In the same year, Sunil Gavaskar broke the earlier record of maximum centuries in Test cricket. So, Sunil Gavaskar is also a famous personality in the field of cricket. So, he broke the record of maximum centuries in the Test cricket. In 1985, India won the Benson and Hegde World Championship of Cricket. As a result, cricket came to be played in all states to lesser or greater extent. So, cricket, which is a very important game, was played in every state. But the cost of indigenous Indian games. A few movies were also produced around the theme of cricket. Some of the movies was also produced, which was based on the title of cricket. Live telecast of the full 5 days or one day of the matches also became available. So we were able to see matches on TV. Now also we are able to see matches on TV. India had been participating in Asia and Olympic Games. We had Olympic Games and India is to take part in Olympic Games. At the Olympics of the year 2000, Karanama Maheshwari won a medal for weightlifting. She was the first Indian woman to win a medal at the Olympics. So, Karanam Maleshwari was the first Indian woman to win a medal in Olympics. India's representation began to rise in various Olympic games such as hockey, badminton, tennis, swimming, weightlifting, and archery. So these are all name of the sports. Now, theatre and films. Theatre and films are important aspects of Indian life. Early plays were very long, sometimes running through an entire night. See, during those days, very olden days, some plays were there, and this plays used to go throughout the whole night. Now, the form, technique, duration of plays have all changed. People from different walks of life take part in drama. So today, most of the actors take part in dramas. But musicals have now declined. Once upon a time, there were musical plays. Music were based in the plays, but now these musics have been become less. In important and political and social subjects have replaced the earlier mythological and historical themes. In the starting, plays were mostly based on mythological, means stories of gods and goddesses or historical plays. But today, this is undergone a change. The age of black and white movies has been succeeded by the age of colored movies. So once upon a time, we had black and white movies, but today we have got colored movies. In the field of entertainment, the place of Hindi movies is incomparable. So today, Hindi movies has made tremendous progress. Now, movies reflect contemporary themes. Contemporary means what is happening in today's period. So movies are based on contemporary themes. Film shooting locales have moved abroad. So today, directors, producers, instead of shooting at local level, they go abroad for shooting. So viewers can now see many different plays in foreign countries. Movies Movies in foreign language are now translated. So today, languages is translated. You might be seeing in most of the films how the dialogues are being translated. During the screening of English movie, a short Hindi translation now appears on the screen as subtitles. Hindi movies now compete with global movies as they have reached every nook and corner of the world. So today, even Hindi movies has spread to every part of the globe. We see a reflection of politics, social events, industry, and technology in the movie. So sometimes our movies are based on themes of politics or social events or industry or sometimes on technology. Movies which were 3 to 4 hours long are now of only 1 or 1.5 hours. So once upon a time, we had movies of 3 to 4 hours, but today we have movies of 1 and 1.5 hour movies. Moreover, the concept of one screen and one cinema hall has given way to multiplexes. Today we have got multiplexes, theater, but once upon a time we had only one cinema and one screening. The days of movie running for 100 week in one cinema hall are over. Now, one movie runs in thousands of cinema halls in India and abroad simultaneously. This development has changed the economy of movies. Production of movies has attained the status of industry. The industry now employs crores of people. The movie industry in regional language is also thriving. So today movies are not only produced in Hindi languages but also in many regional languages. Newspaper. The changing lifestyle has had its effects on newspapers and other mass media, and they in turn have influenced individual as well as community life. You know how newspapers play a very important role. During early post-independence period, newspapers had multiple objectives. So during post after independence, many multiple objectives were there. In this period, the newspapers were expected to not only give the news of daily events but also give impetus to industry and commerce. So today, if you see a newspaper, news are based on all particular field and news are also related to industry and commerce by printing advertisement. Newspapers function with the following objectives. What are the objectives of newspaper? Sharp public opinion direct it towards constructive work. At times, lead the later carry on the tasks of public education. Keep a watch over the government machinery, etc. So today, if you read newspaper, you get all this information related to these objectives. Earlier, newspapers were black and white. With the changing times, color printing became common. So we had newspapers printed in black and white. But today, if you see newspapers are in colored newspapers and you can get a lot of information. Earlier newspapers were thought to be the mouthpiece of the taluka or district. Now they have to face tough competition from the state level newspaper chain. But on the whole, newspapers are now becoming more active. But today, We have got newspapers in different regional language, and today newspapers are very important. The scope has enlarged, including rising funds for drought affected and flood affected people. So, in some places where there is no rainfall or where there's too much of rain, advertisement is made in the newspapers and people contribute for all these affected people, helping meritorious students from lower income groups to go for higher education and organizing or sponsoring cultural programs. This is how newspapers have now become an inseparable part of our life. So it is said today newspaper is become a part and parcel of our life. Television. Television came to India during the post-independence period. Earlier it was black and white. So in the starting we had televisions black and white, but today we have got color television. Now it is colored. Earlier, it was limited to some selected programs and fixed time slots. So in the starting, there were only few programs on televisions, but today we have got so many channels on TV. With the help of your remote, just click to one channel, you'll get all the information. If you're bored with one channel, you can go to the next channel. Gradually, the scope was enlarged to include educational programs, news bulletins, detailed reporting of the tours of the president and the prime minister. So, before in the starting, programs were based on all these events. During the telecast of Ramayana and Mahabharata, a majority of the people used to sit glued to the television set. So during those days, one serial which was very famous, that is Ramayana and Mahabharata. These serials provided the popularity of this medium. Then in 1991, CNN channel showed to the entire world a live visual reporting of Iraq war. At times, stage the world of Indian news channels changed completely. In 1998, Star, that is Star Television Asia region, a private media house, entered in India, and the uninteresting, monotonous, and propagandist news telecasts of the early period underwent a sea change. A sea change means what? It went a tremendous change. The language, the technique of presentation, studios equipped with the latest technology and the use of OB. OB means what? Outdoor broadcasting. Vans have expanded the scope of Indian TV channels still further. See, now we have got those vans, okay, where they come to take your interviews and all. So much change has been brought in the field of television. Now, every nook and corner of the country is connected. This has had a great impact on politics. In short, the whole country started changing. So far, we have studied the history of modern India, and next year we are going to study how to make use of this subject in practical world. So when you go next year to 10th standard, we are going to study history, how we are going to make use in the practical world. We shall see how history can be part of daily life and not just a thing of the past. So before we should consider history is we only study related to the incidents what happened in past, but today we are going to study history how we can use in our daily life. Thank you, students.